All you got to do is
One common thread of the adventure has been the over-the-top generosity of our hosts at the rest stops. Most have been small Sears outlets that have pulled out all the stops and welcoming a team of sweaty, ravenous, and usually rambunctious cyclists. They feed us, warm us up, put up with trigger-happy photographers, and then they thank us for coming in and riding. The point being, without these ports of storm, we'd never cover the territory and get the message out. Along with our volunteers, these people make this ride a reality.
David, at this point they sang happy birthday and everyone offered their personal congratulations. It was a very emotional moment for me. I had read an email from Karen shortly before the dedication telling me that was the first time in over 50 years we had not shared my birthday together. Wow. While neither she nor I had wanted it that way, we knew that this cause is so great that it's simply the price that we have to pay to help make a meaningful difference.
Linda Kay in Woodstock. We were so happy to see Melody McDonald and her daughter Rachel come up to the stage to let us all know how Rachel has been doing in the past year with her cancer treatments. Those who were there last year remembered her with an oxygen tube in her nose, no hair on her head, a walker, and she was extremely tiny. This year we saw a vibrant, brown, curly-haired girl with lots of smiles.
Lana, day 13 is done. 36 hours left. Until this epic cross-Canada journey is over, it's hard to believe that the countdown is now in hours instead of months, weeks, or days. From the time I decided to participate in the national ride till now, many amazing and unforgettable experiences have logged into my book of life. I've met an amazing team of national riders, volunteers, supporters, and the National Ride ambassadors and their families. Soon, life will return to what I know as the norm, and this journey will have created its very own chapter. Day 13 was a very difficult riding day, but like Mike says, our most difficult day is equivalent to the best day in the life of a child dealing with cancer. I'm not complaining. Frank was the wind behind my back at the steepest and longest hills encountered to date. The Rockies and the Northern Ontario hills pale in comparison to the Quebec and New Brunswick climbs. All 174 kilometers of them. Although it was supposed to be a 180-kilometer day, a few misdirections added close to another 20 kilometers to the day. The team stuck together through some challenges, and as usual, at the end of this difficult day there was a rainbow, a penny from heaven. Today, my note from the universe was bang on. How close I was when I thought myself far. How much more strength I had when I thought myself weak. And how easy life was when I thought it was hard. I am truly blessed.
That is just a small sampling of the incredible blogs and incredible stories that you guys created. I really encourage you post-ride to take some time and read what you guys have written. And Victor's shot over 10,000 photos, so we'll be putting those up and getting some of those out to you.
We'll be sending each of you
So we're gonna have dessert, but I wanted to also acknowledge and thank a couple other people that make this thing happen, and we'll thank all of you after the break. But this little chart here represents the companies who help us. Sears and New York Fries, amazing support, financial support, volunteer support, personal support as riders and volunteers, and they make it real, not just by writing a check, but by engaging their communities, their employees, their associates, their partners. Let's give a big round of applause to those two guys. together with the other 54 companies who provide in-kind services and financial support, that allows us to pay 100% of all event costs, along with our volunteer model, to make sure that every dollar goes to the cause that we fight for. So thank you for that. I want to ask up Dean Rogers to say a words, and then the New York Press, the gentleman after that. So Dean, would you say a few words, please?
Caught out again, surprised. I wasn't expecting to speak, so I'm just coming up with something now. Don't hold your breath. I think, you know, you've heard so much said and you've heard so many emotions expressed, and just the quotes from the blogs are just priceless. And, you know, sometimes we're taught at school to remember famous quotes. You know, there's no I'm Australian, there's no famous Australian quotes, so we used to have to learn everyone else's. And, so one of them that comes to mind is, you know, John Kennedy's, ask not what you can do for your, what your country can do for you, but I failed that question in the exam, by the way, what you can do for your country. And we've heard quotes that are far more meaningful than that, by dozens and dozens of people. And the quotes are sort of like the tip of an iceberg. Below that tip are emotions and goodwill that represents the very best of humankind. And for me personally, in my role, you know, you get invited to all kinds of things, and you can participate in a lot of things. A lot of doors are open. And I find myself constantly attracted towards settings like this, people like this, purposes like this, because this is the very best of humankind. And an event, the quest that we're on to end kids' cancer is one of the noblest things that we can commit ourselves to. And the wonderful thing about it is, as we get involved, we receive so much, and we see the very best of human nature. And it's not very often that you get to see it. And when you do, it's inspiring, it's energizing. And, you know, I think in 100 years' time, people will look back at Victor's 10,000 photographs of us. People won't know our names, but in that 100 years' time, you'll see that percentage of kids that survive cancer go from 80% to 90-something%. And like I say, people may not remember us, they may not know who we were, but we'll have gotten there based on the very best that we've experienced out of each other over the last couple of weeks. And so this is very special. It's a very special occasion, a very special event to be involved in. And if I could wish anything for all of you, probably the thing that I'd wish the most is that you get to experience this frequently and often in your lives after you leave this event. I know many of you are involved in charities and philanthropic efforts, but I hope that time and time again you reach out for events like this, causes like this, maybe other causes, other things that you can get involved in your communities that are very important to you and the people around you, and you experience the sort of things that you experienced over the last couple of weeks. So for me, you know, I just say, I look at you and I say, you're a wonderful bunch of people, and it's great to be involved with you. And I wish you the very best, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dean. Can I get Peter to come up and say a few words? The bald guy's a little shy.
Yeah, he is. He's not really shy. He did his part already. Hi, guys. You know us as the Fry Guys. We've really enjoyed working for you guys, seeing you guys come into the rest stops. You're an inspiration to all of us. We do this because these guys here. I've had the opportunity to work with Sharon very closely on the food side of the business, and it's been great both on the Turf for Kids as well as the Coast to Coast, and she's amazing, as is Jeff and his whole team. Everybody here is phenomenal. Voice of the Inside Ride here. It's funny, Sharon said the other day to me, she said, you know what, we don't think of you guys as sponsors, we think of you as friends, and I think that sort of says it all. So, thanks guys, and thanks to everybody, and hope to see you again next year. I don't know if all the riders will be back, but we'll be back, and we'll be feeding you and doing what we can. So, thank you. Thanks guys.